Szewczaks. It's me, Maja Szewczak, and welcome to another Idea Sunday. I have this cherry cabochon that I'm going to turn into a dollhouse ceiling. I hadn't focused on ceilings in my dollhouses ever or done one in a video, so today is different. I will be making a ceiling for the dolls in this episode. And it's serious, it's not a joke. I'm actually doing a ceiling for dolls. I had some ideas for this episode in Mallorca. However, I did have a bit of an art block on what colors to use in the ceiling. Art block, you ask? Let me tell you the story. During my bus ride to the hotel, I've seen a store that I don't think was open. However, the plastic roses all over it gave me an idea for a doll ceiling because I liked the idea of the roses being decorated at this store. So, while seeing that from my bus window, I've managed to catch that on camera, take a photo, and that's my inspiration. It wasn't open at the time, but the idea of those roses gave me an idea for the Idea Sunday. Whenever I got to the hotel, there was a snack bar with a swimming pool, and the snack bar had those beautiful lights with seashells on the ceiling. It was all on the ceiling, which made me come up with an idea for a doll ceiling. I was kind of feeling the purple color, so I was feeling so inspired. I drew this picture of the ceiling that I was going to do. Then I thought of a different doll room, so then I kind of ended up changing my mind. And also the purple, I was questioning this choice. Should it be pastel purple, bright purple? Then couldn't decide on what's best because that cookie store had white roses and I wanted it to be inspired by it and by the ceiling at the hotel. Then I came up with the idea of doing a purple that is so pastel that the values are almost white, then a mint green blue, then neon pink and pastel yellow, then yellow, just yellow. Then I thought about white, black, but didn't draw it yet. Just wasn't too sure at the time which one to choose. So when I went home in Mallorca, I bought some craft items and I didn't have the cabochon with me in Mallorca, but I was just trying to get myself out of the art block with having trouble deciding on what color should I do the ceiling in. So I'm going to use this piece of cardboard and mark out areas where I'm going to put the beads for the lights in it, because I did think about lights in it. With the beads I had with me, I was marking areas for the lights to go in. So, where I've marked, I will cut out for the lights. Then I'll think of how to color it, because I want to get out of the art block of not knowing what colors to use. Okay, so the needles were actually allowed at the airport. Just put them in a separate luggage. But anyways, I was doing thread knots to make the roses and stitching on the beads to make the roses. They are white right now, but I may think about color, but maybe very pastel colors. Maybe like very light cream yellow. Before leaving Mallorca, I wanted to show you how those beads light up when I put a lamp there. I don't have my usual LED lights, but the hotel room provides me with this. So, just going to show you before I leave this place and go home. And wow, that's just what I wanted. However, the color of the beads may change later, because at the time I hadn't fully thought about the color of the lights. I mean the beads. And I hadn't finished those roses there, which I will at the end of the video. And now, since I'm back home in Northern Ireland, I'm going to cut up this cabochon and use parts of it for the ceiling. The cabochon, I'm attempting to cut it into a flower shape. Hopefully I'll succeed at it, because that's a lot of cutting. The cabochon. And besides, have to also have tiny pieces that can get very easily lost. So, yeah. I'll try to make this a flower shape. Okay, I have cut a flower shape. It's not noticeable here, but it's more there, but that's fine. For the other side, I'll glue on some wire that I bought in Mallorca. Yes, the airports were fine with it. So I have this, and I'm going to glue it on. And I'm going to bend it then I'll use something to let it safely dry, but that's before I even glue this on, so it wouldn't get ruined in the process. So let's put it on the piece of plastic. Now I can glue the wire into it. And then I'll use some flower sequin to help it stay in place. It will be painted white later, so don't think I'll use this one. I'll use a better match for it. It's going to be cut anyways. I'm going to let it dry. I will paint it after this. There was one white cotton candy. Now we have two. Well, they're not going to look like cotton candy at the end. Just making jokes out of how it looks like right now. Here is the Shopkins doll. Isla Hibiscus. I'm thinking on what room do I put the ceiling into? Because it has those cotton candy cutesy themes to it, even though I hadn't finished the ceiling yet. And this lid has the cherry seafoam bush things. And I've taken out my white almost glow-in-the-dark glue. And the original plan was purple. However, it's not there yet. So I need time to think about how I'm going to put it all together. And put all the rose effects all over the ceiling because I want it all over the ceiling. So, yep, and I still want the lights. I'm thinking, should I do the lights just here or all over? Well, we'll see what comes to mind. Here is the Shopkins doll. Isla Hibiscus. I'm thinking on what room do I put the ceiling into? Because it has those cotton candy cutesy themes to it, even though I hadn't finished the ceiling yet. And this lid has the cherry seafoam bush things. And I've taken out my white almost glow-in-the-dark glue. So, and the original plan was purple. However, it's not there yet. So I need time to think about how I'm going to put it all together. And put all the rose effects all over the ceiling because I want it all over the ceiling. So, yep, and I still want the lights. I'm thinking, should I do the lights just here or all over? Well, we'll see what comes to mind. I've cut the green leaves off the cherry cabochon. Oh wait, these cotton candies are kind of pink and this is green. And the pink is coming through the white cotton candies. So we're going to fix that with white acrylic paint so that doesn't show through. I'm okay with the pink, but I don't want the green showing through it for some reason. They've been painted, but those pink ones, I did try to make it flower shaped, but failed, so now it's cotton candy shaped. And after painting, I'm going to let it dry. These parts are still drying. However, I've been productive with the episode and I've made the outside area for the cherry seafoam bushes using the purple glitter that glows in the dark and adding seashells because seafoam better have some sea reference to it. And in Mallorca I find the smallest, tiniest seashell I could ever find in my life, and I've used it for the store because I thought it would be a good idea and it won't get lost that easily if I glue it in. And still works really well for the scale because you know seashells can get really small. And these tiny ones, humans and these seashells don't mix as well as dozens seashells. I'm going to show you. Do you think me and this seashell mix? Or what about does this seashell and Nicholas Mellow mix? Because of the size of it. For the dolls, this is kind of realistic scale, while for humans, it's so tiny it's hard to notice it. But I did manage to. It's starting to look like the store I've seen in Mallorca. Just different because of those cotton candies. I've had those cheap glow-in-the-dark frogs that I have ordered on Temu. They looked like this, but the body wasn't posable, so I took off the head with scissors, and after it all dries, I'm going to assemble the head onto the posable frog body here, because the anatomy of a frog is different from a human. So that's why the frog would look different with the bead attachment wire patterns. And there's going to be a carousel because that's what's going to be like for the ceiling, like a sign for the store or something. Here I'm going to put a sign, and here there would be like a glow in the dark diorama just to make it look cooler than what it is. They all have to dry right now. This will be a purple glow in the dark store. So yep, that's what's happening. And the frog's body that isn't posable is used here. I will attach that head when it dries, so stay tuned. Okay. Because the glitter has to dry now. Okay, stay tuned. The ceiling has dried. I just want to show you some glow in the dark. That's the frog. And the bushes, the cherry seafoam bushes glow in the dark. So, yep. There's that. Here we have another part of the dollhouse, and it also glows in the dark and has a press stud for the frog. There's that too. Okay, back to the ceiling. I've started to stitch the ceiling onto the dollhouse. However, I'll have to fully cover it in thread knots, which is really slow process. To add more to the ceiling, I have strawberry beads that I have found in Mallorca, and I'll add them in. And the thread knots, I'll try to make them as messy as possible because that's making the flower effect of the store I've seen in Mallorca. And I was going for it, so that's why the messy knots are a good thing in here. The purple strawberry has been stitched on. However, I thought the white one wouldn't be that visible, so I'll use this cute lilac color to fix the problem. Okay, the ceiling has been fully flowered up and now it's ready for the white Elmer's glow in the dark glue. I'm going to apply it all over the ceiling, let it dry, and then come back the next day. The white Elmer's glue has been applied. Now it has to dry. Just want to show you the ceiling in the dark. And wow, it looks like green snow. When the dark looks like green snow. So to not make it look like green snow, I'm going to sprinkle some purple glow-in-the-dark glitter so it doesn't look snowy, even though it does. Now it's starting to look like a purple Candyland thing. Hopefully the texture will be showing after it dries. Just trust the process, which sometimes can end up in surprising ways. Trusting the process can. Okay, let's check the glow in the dark again to make sure. Yes! Even though I would put a little bit more purple. And I also have the pink glow in the dark, so I'm going to also sprinkle it into the ceiling. Even more candy, cotton candy land. Nice. Okay, so we have more here. Let's check the glow in the dark for the final time until it dries. Wow, that's what I want. Yes, especially for the store. Now I have to let it dry until the next day. Light up feature, glow in the dark, colorful. There's going to be a lot to photograph for the end of the video. I did check it. However, it didn't dry fully, because Elmer's glues normally take a long time to dry if it's done in thick layers. So that's why it's still not been drying. It is drying a little bit, but not fully. So if you use Elmer's glow in the dark glue, please be aware of the drying times. The thicker you do the layering, the longer it takes to dry. There was this hole in the ceiling, and what did I do to it? I've added purple translucent plastic, like it's translucent plastic, with a purple marker just to tie in the purple vibe of this together. Okay, Szewczaks, that's the finished ceiling. That's it in the dark and with the light up feature. That's the light up feature. It's kind of in an awkward camera angle, I have to show you, but it looks really cool, even though the camera angle is really awkward. I'm going to photograph this now. The store hasn't been finished yet, but the ceiling is mind-blowing because of how different it can look depending on the lighting. So what do you think of it? Please tell me in the comments. And bye, Szewczak. See you in another video. Time for the before and after photos. Bye.